So this is a video to say thank you guys so much for the 1,000 subscribers. I think actually at this point I've gotten like almost 1,100 by the time this video is finally being posted online, but like thank you guys. Like I said in like 2 videos ago, like I didn't expect this thing to get more than 10 subscribers. So really guys, thank you so much. You guys are the sweetest. I get the nicest comments. It's just really freaking amazing what you guys are doing, so thank you very much for following me and wanting to watch my stuff. So for this video I wanted to just kind of like show and talk about my usual process if I'm doing like a painted piece or if I'm just doing a very elaborate sketchbook page, which this is a painting but it's kind of the same thing. So right at the beginning, before I even started videotaping, I did a basic sketch in colored pencil. I could have used normal pencil, but what I find is I'm really messy with my sketches, so I always have pencil kind of bleed through at the last final stages, even if I like do my due diligence to try and erase it and cover it up with other things. And having gray lines peek through a painting, no matter what the color scheme, always looks really ugly in my book. But having a nice, like in this case, turquoisey blue, teal blue I should say, looked really nice. So, and also if I use a colored pencil, it helps me later on when I'm trying to figure out what kind of color palette I want to use. So yeah, I did the sketch and then I went over it with Copic markers just because like I could have used paint, but I had them and I wanted the skin to not look quite so opaque like wash tends to do. Went over it with that and then went ahead with painting the background using just really big washes of very watered down gouache, which it would have made a lot more sense if I'd used watercolor, but I didn't really want to get any. I had gouache ready, so you know. Yeah, putting down the really big washes of color, and then the colored pencil is strong enough at least to show through, so I can still see what I'm working on even after I put down all those basic colors. And then going in right now with just layers of gouache, mostly watered down because I'm still very new at gouache. I literally just got my first set ever in life like a few weeks ago, and I've been playing around with it enough, but I spent like all of high school and even a little bit of middle school and a little bit of college just using watercolor. So my natural inclination is to water it down a crazy amount, and that's not really what you're supposed to do. I like the medium a lot. I think it's a lot of fun to play with, and I like how if you screw up, it's not the end of the world. But it's something that I'm getting used to, so in any case. Yeah, so just using gouache at this point, going over little things. I feel I should say now, the video isn't like 100% realistic. I had to cut out a ton of stuff, mostly because the camera just couldn't quite catch what I was doing. Like, if I'm doing tiny little bits of detail work and the camera is like 2.5 feet away from my paper, you guys can't see it, so if it seems like the final product is just like a little bit too different from maybe what you see in those last final minutes of the video, that's probably why. And also, I didn't realize this until after I stopped filming, but I was missing a wing. I had 3 on one side and 2 on the other, so had to fix that in the aftermath. But yeah, that's it. So let's see, the materials that I'm using. I use Prismacolor pencils, colored pencils. They are the extra firm variety, so they don't smudge very much. I kind of bought them on accident when I first got them years ago, but that's okay, because I really like them. Using Copic markers for the skin tone, Luca Artist Quality Gouache for the basic painting, and then later in the video you'll see me use Prismacolor soft pastels, but I'll talk about that a little bit later because that's pretty much the last step. Yeah, so those are all of the materials that I use. I try to be mixed media, or at least recently I'm trying to be mixed media because it, you know, helps with the effects and stuff. So another thing I just wanted to say to you guys is like, whenever I do a painting or a sketchbook page, I literally have no freaking clue what I'm doing when I start. Like, no idea. That's the reason why I didn't record myself doing the basic sketch, because it literally would have been like 15 or 20 minutes of you guys watching me kind of scribble some stuff and then erase it and scribble some more stuff. So usually when I start off with something like this, I don't really have much of an idea. I have like 2 tiny little ideas, and then I just kind of build off of those until I get something that kind of works, and it involves a lot of scribbling. I find that if I stay in my head and I just kind of sit at my desk thinking, I don't get any ideas. Whereas if I start drawing, even if it comes out crappy and I have to erase it like 15 times, it gets the ideas flowing way faster. So for this particular piece, I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was thinking of like clawed fingers, and I was thinking of like the color blue and ribs, and the clawed fingers aren't even like a major part of the piece, and the blue isn't all that major either, and the ribs didn't even happen. But from those ideas, I was able to get something. So yeah, if you're ever like frustrated because you just can't, like you're in an artist block and you just can't seem to figure out what you want to do, you might just need to sit down and literally just be like, alright, whatever, I'm just gonna do this. And you just jump in, and then later you start getting ideas. Like, I thought this piece was gonna be primarily light blues and greens, but the second I started playing with the colors in my initial washes, I was like, actually, let me add some orange. I think that would look a little bit nicer. And then like from each decision, you get more ideas from the previous, until you're about maybe 75% of the way in, and suddenly you have a really solid understanding of what you're trying to do. It literally takes you like 3/4 of the way before you know what you're doing, and or at least that's what it is for me. Never knowing what the hell I'm doing until close to the end. But whatevs. That's just the way it goes. No need to worry about it. Yeah, and I guess I might as well just like say this now. But towards the end of the video, you'll see me using the soft pastel, and I kind of use it. You know how digital artists, there's the overlay layer, and it's the most amazing thing in the world because you can like get really amazing lighting, or you can kind of emphasize some colors, or you can kind of like, I don't know, just like add little bits of extra color shading without, you know, murking it up with hard color. Soft pastel, as I've found, is like an overlay layer if you use it towards the end. So I use it in this video to really emphasize that yellow light in the background, as well as the kind of orange light around the top edge and the bluer kind of tones along the bottom. It's not a good substitute for a light source. Like, if I hadn't made the background yellow, if I had done like some sort of darker thing and then I was trying to like force the Prismacolor soft pastel to be the sole light source, it wouldn't look pretty at all. You kind of have to play around with it a little bit, but I find that it's really great. All you gotta do is just rub it down, smudge it out with a tissue, and then use a kneaded eraser to kind of soften up some of the edges, maybe have some things not quite as strong as others, just tweak away at it, and it's amazing. The only thing is you have to like save it for the very end, because even if you set it with like hairspray or workable fixative, it's not perfect. Like, you don't want to get soft pastel in your brushes, for example, if you like go back in later, which I think I did in this video. But at least it was like the tiny touches. You really got to save it for like the end. So yeah, like I was literally just saying, I started off with the yellow, softening it up, and then I'm going to add a couple other colors right after I do that. So yeah, we are getting very close to the end of the video, where I'm just kind of putting in the final little touches and making things look good, and then later I'll go back in and digitally tweak it just a little bit, as well as add, you know, the 6th wing to make it, you know, frickin' symmetrical. Yeah. But anyway, I just wanted to say again, thank you guys so freaking much for subscribing, like, freaking making my day every single day. It's amazing. Please, if you like this video, give it a like. If you are not a subscriber and you just happen to click on this thing because you were curious, you know, you should subscribe too. Add to my number count or whatever, it's fun. And also, if you guys have any ideas or things that you would really like to see in future videos, please don't hesitate to leave a comment down below, because I have my own list of ideas, but you guys might have something that you're like dying to see that I have probably not even come up with, so it would be beneficial for me and you if you comment what you like. I've got a video idea lined up pretty soon that's gonna be hilarious, but you'll find out about that soon. Anyway, like I said, thank you guys very, very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day. Bye!